Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Married at First Sight All Star Panel. Glenn from Jack and Glenn. I also have my brother Tommy from August Love Story. As we see the most beautiful and on the way out of here, Talisa Ray. What's going on, Talisa? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? You know I'm about to go. Let's go.
We about to let's talk about this foolishness and this craziness that's called Married at First Sight. Knowing that some of you guys are ready to give up the ghost and throw in the towel already in this season, like y'all want to replay, y'all want to redo, flag on the play, all that with this season of Married at First Sight. But there's a lot to talk about. We're gonna get in here too. We talked about flags on Married at First Sight. Talisa, let's talk about Brennan and Emily. I'm gonna get off to the one real quick. This brother has enough gall and has lack of respect for her to call her a walking red flag, and I would have left a long time ago. What is your thoughts about Brennan and the way he kind of just went off on Emily at the table in front of everybody?
So listen, I thought to myself, a walking you a red flag. Oh, somebody is like, it's work. Let's go. How you gonna call me a walking red flag? And she didn't even say, well, what part of me is a red flag? Like, how much of me? Okay, maybe I'm a party girl. Maybe I be drinking and having a good time. But how dare you say I'm a walking red flag when you actually you are the poster child for the red flags. You don't express yourself. You show no emotions or anything. Like, how are you saying that I'm a red flag? Sir, you are the flag. And then but this makes me want to go pull my notes up. Let me back up and say that when they were in the kitchen when the episode started, and he talked about Dr. Pia's touch exercises, and he was like, she wants us to touch, and I was like, what are you poking at? Like, is she like a bear? Like, why are you poking? She meant caress each other from head to toe, not like, oh, hey, that's crazy. And then you're like, oh, so can we start with hugging? And the hug you gave was like, this your baby sister, like this your not even your baby sister, because you're gonna get your baby sister a good hug. This is your elementary school friend that you used to play on the jungle gym with and you ain't seen in the 20 years since, and it was a little hug and a little pat. I don't understand it. I didn't like it. At best you could have held it for 5 seconds and act like you were smelling her hair or something, unless she stink. I don't know, but it really bothered me. And then he hit us with the when they were on the, no, I don't know when he hit us with it because my notes is over there. But then they went horseback riding, and then she felt like he liked Gucci better than he liked her. Like he was showing Gucci a lot more affection than he was her. I feel like she's trying more than anyone else. Hey, Jackie. He show like she's giving a lot of effort, and she keeps though saying the same thing. I want more. I need more. I do want to commend her that at the beginning of the episode she did say, I need you to open up a little more and discuss, let's have conversations and show more. But that's just not enough, because instead of her being slick with the remark, oh, Gucci getting more attention than I am, she should have been more straightforward with it and said, I need more attention. You like the horse more than you like me. But she knew that already because he reminded her that she's the walking red flag. How dare you? How dare you when you are the red flag? Because I've been open and I've been communicating. And the reason that my flags, i.e. drinking and wanting to have a good time and being a party girl and never having a relationship, is because I've been vulnerable and open with you, which is something that you are not doing, which is the biggest red flag. Because if I feel like if he shares, there's going to be so much more that she finds out that she does not like. Furthermore, when I think about how emotionless he is, I think about when I put my review up, it's going to be on there. I said that he did not, in his household, expression of feelings and emotions was not a thing. It was do what I say, and you don't have anything. You don't have no feelings. All you are is a kid. Go to school, come home, clean your room up, take this trash out, and whatever other chores. But I don't want to hear your thoughts. I don't want to hear about your day at school. I don't want to hear about your teacher. It was nothing that taught him how to express himself. So that's why when he is asked, how do you feel? What do you think? We're just taking it day by day. Like, if you count how many times he has at least said it once every episode since we started, since they went on that honeymoon. I just want to see where things are going to end up. We're taking it day by day. What's day by day? This is horrible. This is horrible. And at that dinner, after him saying that same statement and her getting up and storming out, I was just like, first off, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I think that Claire needed to mind her own business, drink some water, and mind your own business, because that's none of your business. You need to work on your mess with Cameron that you got going on over there. Like, stay out of their stuff and don't tell this woman that you deserve more. What kind of therapist are you? Like, what? Like, I don't understand. And do you have any clients? You must work in like corporate therapy or something. Like, I don't know what kind of. I don't know. I don't know what kind of therapy she works in, because there's no way that you're telling your clients to just leave him. They have to come up with that on their own. And then she was crying in the car. I felt so bad, and he had nothing to say. Like, he didn't have no reassurance. He didn't have no care in his voice. It was pretty much, oh, well, you crying. I don't know what you're crying for. I don't know what the problem is. Well, I've been telling you what the problem is. You have no feelings. You are emotionless. You don't express yourself. We don't even have good conversations, and your hugs suck. Like, she should have said all of that. Like, and your voice is ugly. I don't know. Something. She should have said something. I don't know. But she should have said something. Like, I don't know. I'm done, y'all. I'm done. And I'm sure that I'm gonna agree with everything y'all say. I'm done. I'm going mute now.
Tommy, your thoughts, man?
I was going to say, Talisa, you gonna agree with me? This is a good show. This is solid. No, 100% agree with you, Talisa. I don't get it. I don't understand why he can't express himself. Like, we all have grown up like stay in a child's place, right? But we all know how to, I like this, I don't like that. Maybe if you did this a little bit better, I can express that. That's the expression, right? And so he's so against saying, hey, I don't like it when you do this, or when you say that, or I like it when you really do this, because the thing that he can't say about her is that she's ugly, and that she's not into him. She is really playing follow the leader. Like, whatever he's giving her, that's what she's not trying to do, but in turn is truly doing that. Excuse me. Well, I had to take a food break, and I can't concentrate and talk at the same time. But it's like just seeing that, and it's heartbreaking too, because me being such a fan of the show, you're looking at it like, bro, you're not trying. Like, at this point, you're not trying. You talking about poking at the girl, like, because Dr. Peel said, hey, try touching each other. You knew what she meant. You know what I'm saying? You knew that she meant touch, not poke, not like this all petty stuff. Like, she really wants you to try to touch her, hand to hand, hold hands, hug, rub on the butt when she walked by, if she's comfortable with that, because she was like, with as minimal clothes as you want to. Sometimes you look at it and you be like, man, just look at each other naked. Like, look at that situation and just say, hey, you got a nice body, or, or something like that. Just do something. It's basically what she was trying to tell them to do. Kiss. And he can't even, he's like, it's almost as if he's playing a game, and the game is rigged against her, because he's just going through the motions. I signed up for the show. They paying me. I'm going through the motions to get to a no. All because he's not trying. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. All because he's not trying. And so it's like it's hard to watch that. And then for her, like, I didn't hear the red flag part, but for him to say that, like, oh, you're a walking red flag. Like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, she lives the lifestyle that she has warranted for herself. She's a single female who enjoys life. Like, basically, I'm going out, I'm enjoying the fact that I'm single, and move on. Like, you can't blame her for that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing you can say to her to say, oh, that's wrong. You're like walking red flag, bro. You can't express how you feel. That is a red flag. Especially at his big age. What is he, 30? He's around 28, 30 years old. Man, you should be able to say what you like and what you don't like. and be able to express that in a manner where it's respectful to the other person, and also you be willing to go through and work through it with that person, because I mean, you made a commitment to this person. Can you really thrive in that commitment, or like stand by your commitment? Are you really trying to stand by your commitment? Because what it looks like from us, or from my eyes or my vantage point, is you're just going through the motions to decision day. You haven't brought it up, which I can appreciate, but you're just going through the motions, man, and it's honestly sickening. So, yeah, that's what I got, man. This boy here.
I totally agree with you, though. Absolutely. Look at that.
What?
You be on, Tommy. I totally, absolutely agree with you. I want to just say one other thing. I also feel like in their household, it's probably frowned upon for a man to be expressive. It's just probably hit you on the top of the head and grunt. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
No, it's funny that you would say that, because I was absolutely thinking, his dad probably did a lot of, patting on. He was not expressive at all. The thing about Dr. Pia's advice that pissed me off, to Dr. Pia, he was like, yeah, we'll try that. To Emily, he was like, no, absolutely not.
Nope.
He said this and we're gonna do that. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Let's start with a hug. To Lisa, yeah. He hugged her like a stranger.
It was a church
like,
hug.
Hey, it wasn't even a church hug, because there's more feeling in a church hug than that. That was when you see somebody on the street, you be like, hey, how you doing? I don't know who you are.
I agree with Tommy on this, but like, what guy doesn't want to see his wife? Like, they must really that room. He must stay in the other room.
He got
right.
To.
She must never change around him.
They did on the honeymoon. Remember, they was in the shower when she hurt herself.
Right, they was in the shower together. Like, you've done all this, and now you've seen her naked. Like, semi. What's the problem, bro? Like, what's the issue? And he never says what the red flag is. That's my issue. Like, how do you go about saying, oh, you're a red flag, or this is a red flag, but you don't never tell me what it is.
Right.
Maybe it's something I can change. Now, if it's something that I can't change, let me know. Maybe it's something that everybody else likes, but you dislike, but I'm willing to change it for you. Right? Or willing to work on it for you. Or go to therapy for you, or counseling, whatever.
No. I'm about to say he ain't willing to go to no therapy. I'm talking about the person.
Right. If he says, you know what, let's I'm gonna use this because I've seen somebody in the chest, and maybe she got like, okay, your body odor, you got some body odor, right? Maybe she can go to Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, take a shower, and that's something that can be fixed.
Or something just as simple.
Or you drink too much.
Yeah.
Maybe she can curb her drinking, or like when we talked about who was it, Alexis and what's the big boy name? Justin. You go out and party too much, right? You can curb some of that in. But he never tells her what it is. He says, oh, I'd have left a long time ago. Why? Like, tell me why you would have left a long time ago. Let's see if we can work on this thing, or don't waste my time.
Or even, okay, let's go to this too, because again, she's not an ugly girl. Why don't you just say, and I know it's been controversial the last couple of seasons, but I usually go for this type physically. You're not my physical type. Say that. You can say that without being mean. I usually like a brunette. I usually like someone that don't have extensions in her hair. I usually
like somebody got a big butt and some big, whatever case may be.
Just that's you ain't hurt nobody's feelings by saying this is what I usually go for. You're not my type. It might not be older. It might not be drinking. It might really just be that, and you can have your preference, sir. But God no, say something to sis. Say something. And they all look to Lisa. Every last one of them pissed me off. Even my favorite, Becky and Oz, they pissed me off. This I'm not gonna go there, but everybody pissed me off this episode. I'm like, Brennan's sitting at this table with everybody. We take it day by day. Man, I wish. Look, I don't drink. If we had a drinking game, take a drink every time she make a face, we would be drunk.
So every time
her face, she was like,
every time he said day by day, you be drunk.
That too. I said, come on, sis, with the facial. She couldn't take it anymore. She said, I got to get up because this joker is lying. He is full of crap.
But he didn't take any statements. He didn't want to participate when they was asking questions.
Oh yeah, let me go to the next person. What?
He didn't want to. Let me go to the next person. Skip. I passed. He acted like he was playing Uno. Skip me. Skip
me.
Skip. And they just skipped me. He was. So it basically
that's like the final round of Family Feud. Pass.
Pass.
And then you hope it run out of time before it get back to you. Pass. So
he didn't want to be a part. He didn't want anything to do with it. So it's like I imagine, what did he learn at home? What did he see? And I can see why his other relationships have not worked, because he is not willing to evolve into relationships. I think some people want a cookie cutter mode. You know, I think when they go on the show like, okay, I asked for this, and this, and there's one thing wrong with the person. Oh, I'm done. But
I like Tommy simplified it too. Something as simple as I like this, I don't like that. I like this, I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like this because it makes me feel like. I like this because it makes me feel like. You know, let's start making dudes. You can't even say what I like and don't like. I mean, just
last point. It might be remember when they talked on the honeymoon about finances, and she said she spent a lot of money, she make money, and he was like,
it's not that.
I was like, it might be a financial thing. Maybe,
it ain't that.
Maybe she can't save money. He don't want to do with a woman that he may have to bail out of funds.
I don't think it's that. I think it's superficial. Whatever it is, it's superficial. Yeah. Because he's shallow.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Brennan and Emily? Because
I had one. It's crazy that, you know, he signs up for this show and says, "Hey, I'm ready to be married," but then you trying to protect essentially a stranger from what? Because he always uses, I'm just trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect you from what though? You know, because it's like nobody's out to get her, and the person that's most concerned with her is her and him. So it's like you're trying to protect her from who and from what, you know, and how are you protecting her? Because protection is done in many different ways, and people need protection from many different things. And so if that's the case, it's like, are you putting her in danger for something? Like, what is your true thoughts on what you're trying to protect her from? And that's always confusing to me. So, and when she blew up, finally, it's like, bruh, I'm out here on a limb on the island by myself, and we're supposed to be together. Like, what are you doing? So, I don't know, man. I thought they was gonna break up this episode too. Artiga said they should have broke up 3 episodes ago. She's right there.
Yo, I'm gonna put Sharon coming up because I agree with Sharon.
No, she and that's the thing. It's like she did it. Right, she did it because she was a single person.
Right, she's making really good effort. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, right, like meet her halfway.
She's not acting like dang, what's their name? The pilot and the drunk.
Erica. What was it? Eric and somebody.
Eric. Yeah. Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric Virginia. I don't know. It's something. I'm waiting to see what happens with them. I know they're not meant to be married. Let's put it this way.
Not together.
They're not meant to marry. It is not. If they could have decision day to day, they would probably divorce. But see, this is the question. This is the thing, and this is what I'm gonna ask you guys is, and listen. And he's the guy who said he doesn't want to ever be divorced. So he wants her to be in a miserable marriage, and he wants to be in a miserable marriage.
Oh yeah.
Like who wants to be in a miserable marriage if you the guy that said I never want to be divorced? So like in his right mind, he's not happy about anything. So are you gonna say yes to decision day just because of the fact that you don't want to get divorced?
I never met a person that went into a marriage that wanted to get divorced. And then it's like, why did you get married in the first place?
Right.
You know, I mean, people probably are out there to like get married to get divorced, but I've never personally met a person that's like, I'm gonna go through
Yeah.
all of this to get divorced, like with the intentions of being divorced later down the line. So I don't know, man. Like they come with this false hope of marriage and what marriage should look like, and it's different for everybody. We have similarities in marriages and relationships, but ultimately, man, it's a different person. It's a different being. You know, it's a different union. Every one. So it's like, man, you have to really work at it.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think he's missing is the working part. You know, everything's not gonna fall together. You're not gonna agree on everything. You're not gonna like everything. You're not gonna like each other every day. But if you work together, you really can figure out some things that you need to figure out. And I think that's the part that he's missing is I have to put in work and what that looks like between them two. So
and it's gonna make her turn sour. It's gonna make her turn sour. This is her first serious relationship.
Yep. And hopefully it doesn't change her mindset of wanting to be married, because I think marriage is great. Now, is it for everybody? I don't know. It's for me.
I almost choked.
I just said, don't be choking.
Yeah, we can't look. We went down the wrong pipe. We can't get to you real quick. I have to stop
can't help you, man. Can't help you.
Don't listen to me, y'all. I'm only kidding. But I did almost choke.
Oh my!
So let's move on to this one. There's only really 3 couples. I'm gonna save Claire and Cameron for last. Let's talk about. Oh boy, this one, right? Your people's favorite couple, right? And nowhere did I hear him say,
"You going to hell,
Becca? You going to hell?" Right? He did not tell Becca that you're going
to hell.
Going to hell,
ma'am.
Tommy, your thoughts on Austin and Becca in this whole religious situation that got her upset, like to the point where they had to call Pastor Cal, and I got a problem with Pastor Cal too. But Becca and Pastor Cal. But anyway, your thoughts on Becca and Austin?
I was like, if this ain't the dumbest thing to get upset about, like I love the Lord, I believe in heaven and hell, but it has never come up in my relationship with my wife if I think she's going to hell or heaven. That's something that she has to deal with, and what, as they say, a cross she has to bear. I'm gonna do my best to love you and show my love to my children, my family, and everything while we here on earth, and I'm gonna enjoy you while you here. I was like, what are they upset about? Like, what is so bad that they've had a conversation about, and then to find out it was about because he believes if you don't believe, what was it? If you don't believe in heaven, you go to hell or something like that.
If you don't believe in Jesus Christ,
specifically Jesus Christ, you're going to hell.
Right. If you don't believe in Jesus Christ, and if you don't accept him as your Savior, you're going to hell.
Confess out of your mouth that he's your Lord and Savior, you're going to hell.
But it's like there are other religions that don't believe in Jesus. And you know, it's not our place to condemn people that, you know, hey, you're going to hell. No, I mean, it's not my place to. I don't have a final judgment on that. You know, just do your best as being a human being while we're here together.
See, that's the thing that I was like, he never said she was going to hell. He said, what I believe is if you don't do this.
This is the way I was taught.
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, this is the way this is the way I was taught, and this is what I believe. And so she took it upon herself. Well, say, dang, we ain't gonna be together because I don't believe like you believe, so I'm going to hell. And then she got caught up and distraught.
Distraught.
My spiritual mind, I grew up in the church. But dang, why don't you just confess it?
She ain't finna do that.
So I have a question.
I'm sitting here like, dang, if it's that serious, why you ain't? And I'm sitting here like,
I'm not doing that.
I'm sitting here chilling like Pastor Cal. Yo, just lead her to the Lord. You're the pastor.
No.
Like, lead,
No.
I'm sitting here like, lead her. If this the case,
It's not that. It was not that kind of party.
I know
not that kind of
I
party.
know it wasn't that type of party, but that's my mind. My mind was
But
saying,
can
like,
I say this on
this
that
would be an
note?
opportunity for you. Hey, break care. They're gonna have to stop this thing today, because right here, Becca, this is what this dude believes. And I know I'm not trying to be funny, but
yeah.
this is what your husband believed. And so if he believes this and you have a fear of this, the only way that you, because you're not gonna make him change his mind.
Oh no, but
And
they was trying to make him change his mind.
That was my thing.
He
Is
said
like,
he
that
believes
bothered
that.
you're not gonna make him change his mind. So if he's like, and he's not pushing for you to change your mind, not today. But what he's saying is, we have a lifetime, or we have lifetimes grow together and get to this point. You don't understand. I'm trying to help you understand how I was brought up, how I was raised, what I was in, and this is how
what I still believe.
And this is what I believe. You may not believe this, and that's fine. I still love you and care for you. We can work towards it, and I ain't pushing you. I ain't beating you over your head. I ain't putting oil in your food. I ain't doing none of that stuff. I'm just trying to get you to be in a relationship and us to move on. And you brought it up.
Question though, is like Colorado a big religion country, or like, because like we live in
I'm not sure.
right? Like the South is the Bible Belt.
Yeah, you live in the Bible Belt.
But it's like, look, I don't even know. But it's like, man, it's so much coming up, especially with them, about religion. Like, you believe in something? Do you believe in something? And that's the end of the conversation, man. We figure out everything else at the end. But it's for me, it's like, for that to come up, for her to be so distraught about it, for her to like, you have gotten to the point where you have to call Pastor Cal into it to kind of mediate through this situation. It's like, what's up? Like, what is it about religion that's holding you guys back from really getting diving deep into each other's lives and figuring out each other? Because I feel like that's a hold up, or that's a thing that they're trying to stick out with them, because everybody's like, oh, this couple is so great. This couple is so great together. But then it's like, we got to pull this religion thing out because you got to have some type of conflict. I almost feel it feels that way, but it's like, to me, that was the dumbest thing you could be like fussing about, or arguing about, or even just that upset about, because it's not it's not a decision that we make. You just got to live our life right. And most of the time, good people hang around good people, regardless of what they believe in. You're just a good-hearted person.
I would agree to a certain extent, where spirituality is a private practice. It's yours. It's your relationship with your higher power. It is between you and your God. Whatever deity it is, that is between you and them. So for me, when I look at Becca and her crying, I thought to myself, she needs to be more secure in her own faith. Like, why are you so hung up? Because that's your biggest thing, being condemned by Christians. And some Christian has really done a number on you. Somebody said, if you don't confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, you are going to hell, and drove that into you to a point where it became trauma. And unfortunately, now Austin is on the other end of that.
Yeah.
That's why therapy is so important. Go heal your childhood traumas, because I don't know who it was. Maybe it was a teacher. Maybe it was your best friend's mama. I don't know who it was, but that's exactly what happened. And I think it's unfair. And at this point, if religion is a boundary, right, for you, we manage our own boundaries. We set our boundaries. We manage our own boundaries. Then this is a boundary that you should be out on. Because if you're going to cry like this every single time, if this is going to turn into this kind of emotional labor every single time, then what are we doing? Like, I don't want to be in a relationship that is this taxing over something. And you're right, Jackie, when you said he ain't say you going to hell. What he said was, they probably were having a conversation and she asked a question.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to talk about it. His atheist friend was like, we don't even talk about religion. So she had to have asked, well, what do you think about? Or some form. And so he said, what I knew as a child, what I learned as a child, right? He doesn't even think outside of the box as an adult. He's still holding on the doctrine that he was taught as a child, not on the relationship that he has today so that he's able to make decisions for himself. He's going back off of when he was in Sunday school and his mom and them told him, and you had to go kneel, stand up, sit down, and go be blessed by the priest with all that stuff. Because listen, teach their own, but I'm not going to confess my sins in no box with no man. Nevertheless, that is what he is standing on versus how do I feel today? What are my beliefs today? How do I feel spiritually? So I feel like she's holding him and he's holding himself hostage on a doctrine that he learned, 20 years ago. He don't know his sister, when his sister Lindsay came on, and she was just pretty much like, well, I feel like she's a good person. I don't really know if there's a hell. I don't really, whatever she said, but I feel like she's a good person. And because she is a good person and she, whatever, by whatever standards, whatever her deity is, that's where she'll be when it's her time to go. Like he hasn't expounded his thinking. And I'm just going to go back to, if this is a hard boundary for you, Becca, ma'am, get out, because this is going to ruin your relationship. I really feel like you guys can work with two different spiritual practices if you know how to respect each other's, what I believe, if you can do that. But she can't, because he just said, yeah, when I was little, they said, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you're going to hell. And I just can't imagine my husband thinking I'm going to go to hell. You don't even believe in hell, man. What do you care? What do you care? What do you even care for?
And you in my mind, that was my next point. Like, do you believe in hell? And you said something that was key. There are people who have two different religions that can work if they put it in perspective. Mm-hmm. Now, Bible says, let every man work out his own soul of salvation with fear and trembling. You work out your own. We don't know 100% what's right. Where I just got to work out mine. I might scarcely make it in. I may get, again, she putting too much on. And then y'all talking about kids. Y'all haven't even had sex yet. And you're talking about raising kids in this type of religion and in this type of area. It's like y'all are thinking too deep. And it did come from a question. She said it on an after party that she was watching something and it came up. And he was like, well, this is what I believe. And she was like, well, so does that mean I'm going to hell? He was like, yep.
Standards.
By the stand. And so she really took it. But if she really was confident, as you said, Talisa, confident in herself and her ability, like, you know what, I don't even believe in hell. She'd have been like, okay. But again, it could have been an opportunity for him to, in this case, witness or whatever to bring her in. But she got worked up because of some past stuff and some things that really triggered her. And then, you know what? And she said, you know what? I really like you. Even in death, this is the key. Even in death, I want to be with you. But she like, I can't be with you unless I believe. If you listen to what she said, but she went up talking to Pastor Cal, like, you mean when I'm not here no more and I die, I'm going to hell, he can go to heaven and we can't be together? According to what he believed, yeah. And the only way, according to his belief, if you want to be with him, you're going to have to. That's what. And so she got caught up with the fact that we're married. Something happens to me. We're going to be together. Now, this is where most people, remember, she's sickly. And she's not sickly, but she has a lot of issues. And her issues may cause her to go quickly. And so that's something that she may think about and contemplate about all the time. And it's something that's fearful to her.
3 things.
All right, I'm done.
Talisa, I said the same thing that you said. Somebody, some Christian somewhere has traumatized her real bad. Me and my sister were laughing about this. It's not like she walk around the house and everything she do, Austin be like, you're going to hell, right? You know you're going to hell, right? You know you're going to hell, right? You know if you do this, you're going to hell, right? You're going to hell. She brought the conversation up. You got yourself worked up, ma'am. His atheist friend told you that he don't try to convert me. He don't do that. So you so stuck on that person that was so gung-ho trying to convert you, trying to bring you to Jesus, if you don't come to Jesus, you're going to hell. And you putting that on Austin, and he hasn't said that. You getting yourself all worked up. Again, like Talisa said too, if religion is a hard stop for you, if it's a boundary, and I feel like she was telling Pastor Cal that, why didn't you just get him a good Christian woman? Why do you just get, because she is stuck, she gonna be stuck there. And it's more, that is a big part of a person, but it's more to it than that. But if you stuck right there, you might need to move on. I do feel a little bit Tommy too, that everything's going so good with them that they have to ruffle, they have to cause some waves, they have to ruffle some feathers. So what's the one thing? But it's a major thing, you know what I'm saying? But everything is going, but is that, but I was just like, gosh, she is so distraught. He didn't, I mean, did he tell you was going to hell? I just think he said, like you said, based on what I know that the Bible says and what I was taught, this is what happens. He didn't say, Becca, you going to hell. And she said, she cried like, I just can't be with somebody that thinks my ultimate fate is I'm going to hell. Whoa. Whoa. Poor Austin was sitting there like, and my thing about, listen, let him be firm in his conviction. Let you be firm in yours. You don't want him to try to make you a Jesus believer. Don't try to make him not a Jesus believer. That pissed me off too. Pastor Cal tried to do it too. Oh, why do we want him to stop what he believes to come to what she believes, but we can't make her come to what he believes? That's not fair. Believe what you believe. I'm going to believe what I believe, and let's agree to disagree. That made me mad. Pastor Cal, now man of the cloth, man of God. Ugh. Okay.
I mean, yeah. It's, again, I know his position, and he was in a position of being a counselor.
And on TV, yeah.
He was in a position of being a counselor and therapist at that point and trying to navigate and let them figure it out. And they have to figure it out on their own, because at the end of the day, Pastor Cal's going to leave. Pastor Cal's going to walk away. They may not have another Pastor Cal or counselor. They're going to have to figure out, if they stay together, how this thing looks for their relationship and how it works. Now, Talisa said something that was key. If it's boundaries, if it's a no-go for Becca,
either one of them,
then leave. If it's a no-go for Austin, guess what? At the end of this 8-week experience, then you know what?
I like you. Nice you're a good person. Just can't do it.
We just can't do it because our religious standards don't line up. And that's okay.
And I'm okay with it, but she can't get over it. So.
And so if that's the case, then that's the case. So that's Becca and Austin. Anything else on them before we move on to the other couple train wreck? Which let's move on to my main man, Cameron and Claire, who is a therapist. I'm gonna say that, who's a therapist, but who's a therapist who may need therapy herself, because all this ain't on Cameron. I'm gonna just put it that way. All this is not on Cameron.
No.
Some of this is on her. I'm gonna say my piece now. Some of it's on her because she can't, even though he can't communicate, you expect her to be the therapist to be able to communicate to him her thoughts and her feelings and her emotional needs. And maybe she's just awkward in relationships.
And ask what she wants.
And ask what she wants, right? And then not regurgitate what he said, like, we're friends, we're this, we're that, we're good. What she said was her and Cameron made some deals off camera that they were going to talk about certain things, and she tried to be affectionate to him off camera, and he was like, no. And Keisha Knight Pulliam brought up the part at the after party. When did you do this? Because maybe because when he was here, he was like, it was no kind of early because he was turned off by that point. He was turned off by the point when you try to make these advances. He was already like, I'm done. There's no way in the world I'm coming back to this. And so it's like, did she wait too late to make the advances?
Probably.
Did he make too late and not being able to communicate? Some of the things he can't communicate effectively to her about what he needs and how he needs it. He tried to wait for her. Like the first night they were in the honeymoon, it was awkward. Well, again, I think I mentioned hold her hand. Try to hold her hand. If you say no to me, it's fine. At least I know where my boundaries at. She don't want hands. She don't want to hold hands. If I try to hug you, right? Okay. And she's like, I don't give me a hug. At least I know, okay, she don't want any hugs. least I know some boundaries, but she wasn't even giving him the boundaries, and he wasn't even trying. And I think that was part of their relationship. He wanted the intimacy, and they never were intimate with each other. They couldn't be intimate. They couldn't even talk intimate with each other to get to the point where intimacy could take place, right? Everything was always a challenge and a struggle for both of them to move forward in that level, and it was just awkward. From night one, you see it was awkward that these two, when he was in the airport, like you ain't gonna follow, you walk so far in front of me and this, that, and other thing, like, oh yeah, so yeah, what was the problem with that? Well, she wanted to be with her husband.
Help me with my bag.
You ain't help me with my bag. She wanted you to be a gentleman, but again, you have to there's in relationships sometimes, and I may get into sometimes as a woman or even as a man, because I don't want to leave a man exempt from this.
You have to be careful now.
I gotta walk softly. I gotta walk softly. You're gonna have to communicate to your partner your needs. And I'm not just talking about sexual needs. I'm talking about physical needs, emotional needs, communicative needs. Don't talk to me like that. I need you to talk to me softly because I'm a soft person, and let them know how to handle you. And then you can still build intimacy up that way because you following direct. I don't want to use following direct. Yeah, you're submitting one to another. That's what I'm gonna use it that way. You're submitting one to another, and they couldn't do that because they both wanted it their certain type of way, and no one wanted to take the lead. Somebody has to take the lead here.
And don't be freaking talking to no goddamn Orion. Why?
Wrong person. You can't get advice from the guy who's been divorced after 14 days.
What was the reason? What was the reason? Why would you talk to him? You talk to him because he know he gonna tell you to leave.
That's what he does.
You be talking to somebody that's gonna give you the answer that you want.
Birds of a feather flock together. Somebody can get. If he want to get, look, you looking for the right answer. Orion gave it to him.
And then Lauren gave Claire what we expected. Like, you're going to have that what if. What would have happened if I had stayed there? What if I had, Lauren gave her good advice, but again, it's you got two opposite things. And I think Claire, in her mind, for real, she was already out. She was like, I hear what you're saying, Lauren, but
deuces.
Why?
Then at the table, that's the other thing. At the table,
rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Divorce. I mean, and separation.
Somebody like, y'all gonna do that here? He's like, he has no shame.
Oh my gosh! At the table, I was so. Oh my gosh! You could have bought Becca and Emily for a dime. They was like, no, not here. They was like, no, let's see if we say the same thing. 1, 2, 3. We want to separate.
They was
like, oof.
If me and Jack were at dinner, we still be at dinner. I'm like, oh, why? Can y'all please tell me why y'all divorced? Like, what's going on? Can you give me some information? Or I'd have been tapping her underneath the table like, yo, you see this?
But I wouldn't tap him because he would say something out loud. He'd be like, what?
That's me and Artika. We would text each other, hey, we're going to talk about this in the car. Just got to get through dinner.
Y'all just out here bragging. Mm-hmm.
Look, Talisa, if you was there too, we'd put you in the group chat.
Well, Talisa, we'll put you in the group chat. Like, look.
I'm just saying, like, who I'm
Us.
And Kiki gonna say, well, what you want? What you want, Ma? That's
anybody?
Artika said y'all owe each other a text message.
We do.
I don't know what y'all talking about, but okay. She said, who go is it, mine or Talisa's?
Oh,
Talisa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Talisa.
I don't really have much to add except for Claire confuses me. I think Claire confuses me more than Cameron does. At least I know that Cameron is awkward and gangly and nerdy. I've had a difficult time communicating my whole entire life. But Claire, on the other hand, you came out with 3 other people. So you've always had somebody to have a conversation with. Like, y'all. I'm sorry, Jackie.
I had to think about it. I was like, you came out with 3. Oh, yeah, she's
right?
Yeah.
Like, I just, so you've always been able to express yourself, but not in the way like when Lauren was there, and she told Lauren, like, well, he says he's attracted to me, but I don't really know. Well, this is a conversation that you have with Cameron, and you make it, though. I know y'all had it, and Cameron act like he didn't understand what you were saying. You have to have the conversation again, especially since you guys are claiming you want to work it out, and you guys are married, and you don't want to get a divorce, blah, blah, blah. I think that a little extra effort needed to be put in by both. And then Claire is a therapist, and she has not learned how to take her therapist hat off in a relationship. So she's still therapizing. I know that ain't a word. Therapizing that man
It's
as
your word. It's
yes.
your word.
As if he's a client versus this is my husband and I need to talk to him as a regular person. I really don't I don't have nothing else. It's on you, Tommy, because what's been said has been said. Other than, like I said earlier, she needs to mind her own business and drink her water when it comes to other people's relationships. Yours is not in a place where you would be a poster child to be providing advice, like sound advice, like you know what you were doing. And just to cap it off, why are you talking to Orion? Why are you talking to Orion, Cameron? He is not the right person to talk to. And because you don't have no friends your own age, at least we haven't seen any, you don't have anybody to talk to express yourself, to get you some help. So, okay, now I'm really done. I'm really done, Tommy. It's on you.
I got a lot to say and a little to say. And for me, it's the complete opposite. I put everything on Cameron. Claire plays a part because it takes two to tango, but I think majority of it is Cameron checking out. Cameron checked out 2 weeks. Whenever he talked to her friends, her all the therapists around him, whenever he talked to them, I feel like that's when he was like, "Nah, I'm out of here." You know, I don't know what they did behind closed doors. I can't. I ain't watched the after party. I wasn't there or whatnot, so I don't know what they were doing. But what I saw was them trying, him checking out, and them stop trying. You know, she was more so of she couldn't take that therapy hat off, which I get it. It's hard when you analyze everything. When your job is to analyze things, it's hard to be like, I'm not going to analyze this, you know. But she needed to maneuver in a situation where, like, hey man, if we can't do nothing but have fun together, let's do that. Because who's analyzing something when you're having a good time? You wanna get that dopamine of fun back, and that's the thing you start to try to chase a lot. But for him, even when they went snow, what did they skiing? That's what they did on the little slide thing. Man, it's we're having fun. She slid through his legs because he's very tall. She's very short. The funniest thing he could have said to her was, "All right, my turn." Like, dog, just enjoy this moment with this woman because you're not gonna get this back. You know, this is a moment that you guys can actually talk about. And I feel like that's the thing when it comes to some of the, like, especially this season of couples, they don't really take the time to enjoy the moments that they have with the person right there. Because that's a good time. Like he was like, he sounded upset that she wanted to do that. Bro, she's like 5 foot even. You're 6'8", or however tall you are. That is a range of height between you.
Cameron is there because he doesn't want to get fined.
Right.
He went on that date because production set it up and they had to go on that date.
Yeah, man,
there's no way he wasn't trying to be romantic with her. He was already, like you said, he was already checked out. He didn't want nothing to do with her. He just wanted to go.
They just going through the motions at this point till they can just break up and say no. But it's for me, it's like I'm thinking of all the ways or the things that he could do that could possibly get them through the 8 weeks. Not getting them to say yeah, but getting them to through the 8 weeks of being able to make a valiant decision, a knowledgeable decision on if I want to stay with this person or not. Because 4 weeks with a person where 2 weeks you haven't been trying, you're just trying to figure out a way to get out of it. Like, I mean, like that's not a great way to. You can't make a great decision off of that. You don't have enough information. You know, so it's I look at him and I'm like, man, you started off wrong in my eyes. When y'all was getting on the plane, you left her. Like, I don't have anything to say about you not carrying her bags. You left her. You know what I'm saying? You got on the plane. She's still in the back of the line. That don't make sense. This opportunity to talk to her. It's an opportunity to actually see how she maneuvers in public. You know what I'm saying? You don't even this thing you guys brought up boundaries and setting the boundaries and stuff like that. Artika has been saying lately, like, Lily tests boundaries. She's a rule follower, but she's going to test those boundaries. She's 4 and does that. He's in his late 20s, early 30s, and didn't even test the boundaries. I ain't saying you got to sit up here and try to, have sex with this woman, but see if she's willing to hold your hand. See if she's willing to hug you. See if she's willing to kiss you on a regular. If these are the things that you want. You don't come into the situation thinking about, okay, well, I'm just gonna follow whatever she gives me, that's what I'm a receive. But it's like, man, you gotta come in. All right, man, I want to be able to kiss my woman, I want to be able to hug her, I want to be able to touch her. When we go to sleep at night, I want to be the little spoon, she could be the big spoon, whatever it is that you want, you gotta test those boundaries. And then the challenge is, how do I get there? You know what I'm saying? What do I need to do to make her feel comfortable to hold my hand, or to kiss me on a regular, or to hug me on a regular, or want to be in my space? Because that's a big thing, But it comes with some understanding. It comes with better communication skills, which you would think as a therapist, Claire would have. But she definitely didn't take the hat off. So it's like it's hard for her to actually see the things that he's needing without him telling her, and vice versa. So I truly had a problem with Cameron of quitting, but Claire, she plays her role. But I think it was more so Cameron with them and breaking up and like wanting to do all this stuff in public, talking to Orion, saying, just putting all their information right there and like not even really talking with each other about this stuff, their situation. I'm glad that they broke up, because it'd have been like pulling teeth watching them through the rest of the season. But it's like, bro, did y'all really try?
Right.
That's the question. Did you really try?
I think the major thing is like Talisa, you and Tommy are both said it. She's so busy therapizing him instead of doing what they were told. Be in the moment like they were when they were skiing. Have fun and be in the moment. And yeah, just stop therapizing him. Just stop being a therapist. Take your hat off and be Claire, the quadruplet, the married at first sight person. Like, right. In the moment, they told her have more fun. Just don't get trying to figure out. I wonder what. No, just
she can't leave it. She can't leave it at work, and that's
not good.
That's not good. And she has to be in your relationships. You have to be able to embrace one another, and not necessarily have it in work or have it at home. Got to be able to sit down and relax, have those conversations where it's just you and him, and understand each other. That's what I think. I don't think they're trying to understand each other. They're trying to talk over each other, not trying to listen to each other, and realize there's going to have to be a compromise somewhere. I think she was still really hurt by the fact that she didn't know about his father, and so she's been closed down. He's been like vague on certain situations,
which I think is crazy.
Right? He's been vague on certain things and haven't really been honest in a lot of other things, and so it's like he has his mind of. Cameron has the way he wants things to perceive, or things that the way he wants things to be. And I think sometimes people come into the show with preconceived notions of what marriage is. It's not just one way. It is a give and take. It's a compromise. Y'all two different people. Let's find out what works for us. Not my mom, not my dad, not my cousin, not the people I know been married for 20 years. What works for us? Not what I've seen on TV, but what works for us. And that's something that Cameron and Claire has not done to figure out what works for them. They started doing a little bit on the honeymoon, but you got to figure out what works for them.
But they're so confusing. And I know Talisa had something she wanted to say. To hear because you took yourself off mute. You kind of perked up when Tommy said something. But it's so funny to even though I don't like him talking to Orion, it was so funny to hear them, like, because he'll say outside of her presence that I'm attracted to her, and then for Claire to say to Lauren, I don't even know if he likes me. I'm not sure. And he freaking said it. I'm like, I feel like he said it to you, but you just don't believe him. God dog, I'm telling you out my mouth.
But it's like I said, you have to sit down, put your phones away, cut the TV off, and be intentional about the conversation and be intentional about what you're having in this conversation. And then you find out, you know what, I do like you, but I don't like the way that you.
Well, not even that. I do like you, but again, reflect back on what he says. I love my grandmother.
Yeah.
I have very rarely told my grandmother that I love her, but I do love her. And I think that's where it's getting confused, because he's saying I like you, but she's not getting that I like you from him. And she just need to reflect back. He said he's not, like, he is touchy-feely, but he's not.
I agree with Joy, and I said this, I think, on one of our reviews. Cameron thought he was going to get some doing the honeymoon and checked out what he saw wasn't happening. And I totally agree. Jay, I totally agree with you. He thought marriage was gonna be like, what? You know what? I'm gonna get me some.
You ain't getting you none if you got to rub the horse. You got to pet the horse before you ride it.
You got to work for that thing, man.
And it didn't happen. And now he's mad.
You ain't get.
He got more for the doctor than he went to the doctor on the honeymoon than he did from. He got more touching from the doctor than he did from his wife. So anyway, Talisa.
It's okay. I don't have nothing. I think y'all cleared everything up that I was gonna say. Y'all, we good. We good.
He had a heart condition.
Well, that's on the next.
That's supposed to be the next
episode.
His heart broke, child. He said that. Child, that's all that is. He's heart broke.
He had that murmur.
Listen, and then on top of that, when they left, I knew it was gonna be a problem when they looked at
the honeymoon
book. In the book, the memory book or whatever. I said, oh, this y'all grinning and shit, talking about how much fun it was. Like, what?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. The fact that they opted out of celebrating a month anniversary.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel like if they opted in to do that and looked at the photo album and looked at the video, we probably wouldn't have ended up at rock, paper, scissors.
If they would have looked at it earlier, they might have had a relationship again.
That's what I said. They would have got to rock.
They didn't. It wasn't there when Claire left. It was there when they came back. So so maybe that's why too. But I feel like you're absolutely right, because I'm one of those people. There's this little trick I tell clients to do, that when you are so upset with your partner, so upset that you can't stand them, and I'm not sure if I want to be in this relationship, you start thinking about the things that you like. Give yourself 10 things that you like, 10 things out loud to yourself, whatever, away from them that you like, because that's going to negate that one thing, because he didn't pick up his socks and he always leaving the cap off the toothbrush. And why don't he put the seat down? Like, the little stuff that be bothering us, that it equates to the things that we don't like. And then you think about, well, I love that he checks for me every day. Like every day he's checking in and seeing how I'm doing. I love adventures. I said that on my review because I'm gonna have one, but I'm done. Like, y'all, that's free. That was free.
Yeah. I mean, they should do different things. Like even if you got right now, they got a deck of cards for everything, right? Yeah. Like do this or do this, or say they got an app where you can give your spouse different messages or comments every day. I shouldn't even be promoting that app unless they want to be a sponsor. But anyway, but they got different things where you can do to be romantic. Use some of the technology that they have. You got the experts. You have people, talk to the couple that he lived with, right? Well, they seem like they was married for a long time and they were happy. Like, how did y'all get here? You never see them really talk to older couples or people who've been around for a while to give them the advice that they need so relationship can grow. I think these couples and these couples on this show.
Oh, that pool is tainted.
And that's why Denver was a bad city, and they were so easily ready to quit. They're ready to give up. Last thing I want to touch on before we get out of here. Do y'all feel Michael should have got another chance? And do you think Michael's getting another chance because these other couples aren't working out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yes, he deserved another chance, and that's the reason why is because they're down to what, one couple at this point, or two,
Yeah,
Yeah.
one
two
couple,
One
couples.
and a half.
yeah,
Yeah,
one and a half. That couple ain't good
I feel
neither.
like it's threefold. So yes, he deserves another chance. That was unfair. Two, they down. One and a half couples. Three, Married at First Sight needs a redemption. Though that's good for reviews or whatever, that's not good for their track record. That someone you chose and you picked Dr. Pepper isn't going it didn't make it. And while we asking, would you have worn that crown? That crown,
No.
I would have put that crown in a box and been like, you can return the sender. Thank you.
what crown did? Oh, the crown that he had.
He was trying to show that he was in a good spirit, dog. Not like that though.
Not like that. I'm petty. Prophet is petty. Go ahead, cause no.
I'm petty too.
Cause no.
Yeah, I would have kept it, and I would. Artika said, "What Rihanna say? You look so dumb right now." Uh, I didn't know he could. I didn't know that's where that crown came from. Like,
Yeah. He came from
I would
the
have sold that, man. There's no reason for me to have that.
So he should have held on to that bad boy. If it don't work out, then put it on eBay or whatever case may be. People buy that. They be buying the ladies' wedding dresses.
I hope he's solid for TV though. I hope they.
I think he's gonna be. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, like I think he's cool, but I hope that they mesh and they're a better pair than what we got on the show currently. Yeah. So I don't know though.
I just think these two this season is for the birds. I'm going to keep reviewing it.
I hardly ever say this, but throw the whole season away.
and they keep bringing people who if I know why they keep bringing people who's divorced, because they need content. Because if everybody went away, there'll be no content. So you got to keep bringing these people back. But come on.
I just
and I hope Michael, whoever he messed with, dog, can you imagine?
Mess with.
I mean, sorry, whoever he gets married to. Can you imagine? All right, you got left at the altar. You get married, and if this don't work out,
whew, I'm praying for his sanity.
Yeah.
Because when they said that his friend, when he sat with them and said, no, his friend had actually said afterwards, you devalue yourself. You didn't see your worth anymore because somebody who you had never met decided they didn't want to get married to you. And my heart goes out to him. I really hope whoever this brunette woman is, she looks a little more mature. That is good. But my only other issue is, so we 11 weeks in, so they're gonna get married. We know that next week, I originally was like, are they going to make next week all about them? Which would have been nice, but they not. So, because I need to see them get married. They need to go on the honeymoon for a week. They need to do all the things, because now you're getting married and you're going to throw them into the house together. Now, that's unfair. So,
they need to meet the other couple.
Yeah. Like, well, I think he's met them, but now the new bride needs to meet him. Like, and now I feel like they're gonna feel like it's crunch time, and they're gonna end up saying no because they only got 4 weeks left. Like, that's unfair.
Right.
They should give them an equal amount of 8 weeks. And let him do his 8 weeks, and when everybody else finish, him and her still going on. That's my opinion. We'll see.
We'll definitely see, man. But hopefully next season, it's crazy, man. We 11 weeks in, or 11 episodes in. They usually go to 15, 16 episodes, and we got one.
They're going to like 20-some episodes. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about for Decision Day. Decision Day is usually like episode 17 or 18.
Well, it depends on, because last year in Nashville,
we was there for a long time last year.
But that's because they did all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
And
not only that, did y'all notice that this week's episode was 2 hours?
I did notice it was longer. I was like, what is going on here?
So this week here was 2 hours. It was longer than an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, well, I watched it after the fact, so I only got an hour and 30. I watched it on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so.
Dear God, I'm not prepared then for next week, because if this week was 2 hours, next week is going to be 2.5.
I hope not. They get what they can get out of me.
Can I say this real quick? I hope Michael doesn't feel. Oh, sorry. I hope.
Chin up. Just like now.
Yeah.
Just like now.
But plus, I'm leaning forward. I hope Michael doesn't feel the pressure to stick in there just because he is getting a shorter time. He's starting later, and I had one ruin, like at all costs. I'm sticking with this. She gonna beat me upside my head, but I'm finna stay in this.
Yeah.
I don't like her at all, but dog,
Oh,
that's what I'm nervous about for him.
yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see. Guys, got to plug anything? Anybody plugging anything? Anything you can talk about that you
Man,
want to plug?
We got the Love Brew Saturday mornings. Our reviews. I finished a desk and I recorded it, so I'm gonna put that on our YouTube channel eventually. And yeah, that's all we got. Like and subscribe to everybody's channel, and continue to support us, man. We really appreciate it. We really enjoy, the interaction with everybody and stuff like that. So
I'm in agreement with you again, Tommy. We definitely.
I am on fire today, by the way, guys.
I
They never agree with me.
I don't think I've disagreed with you all season long.
No.
Yeah, let me
Seasons,
slow down. Let me slow down. I'm getting beside myself. Next week, I'm gonna just find everything to be on the opposite side. And you might start thinking we cool.
Right.
So I'm considering, I have a few things in the works. One of which will be, I think I'm going to bring back, it's going to be off of YouTube, but maybe it'll be for my members. If I ever get my life together and and do it, I'm going to do a group course. It's called Who Am I? You guys, I have rebranded. I am a self-love advocate as well as a wife coach, which is a life coach for women. I help women have healthy, happy, successful relationships, starting with themselves. My reviews will be up today. Or Monday morning. How about that? Because sometimes things be moving real slow. And so I will have them up by tomorrow. And then Ready to Love Dallas is coming back on Friday, the 12th. So I will be reviewing. It might be a little late because, baby, I'm going to Hawaii on the 13th. So you may not see me on the 14th. It depends on what next Sunday looks like as far as stuff.
Gotcha.
Hey.
Did somebody say the 12th?
Oh.
Did somebody say January 12th?
Oh, it's somebody's birthday?
January 12th is Jackie's birthday.
Oh, her birthday?
Yeah, she's getting younger.
It's my birthday, shawty.
Yeah.
Aging like fine wine. You get better with time.
Absolutely.
Aging like fine wine. So her birthday is January 12th. So we might do something special. And it's good this year. I don't have any events, any wrestling tournaments or anything I have to go to. And so we'll just spend the day together. So that's what's smart home.
The name of our channel is August Love Story.
My channel is just my name, Talisa Ray, RAE.
Excuse me, and JacnGlen, y'all excuse me, because on my other show, I don't display names. Sorry, so I never clicked it on. I apologize.
There you go.
There you go. For those who are new, make sure.
Happy birthday, Chocolate Queen! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Glenn. I'm sorry. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday, January
baby! On your birthday, okay?
Come on, January, baby.
Yeah, happy birthday to you guys. Happy birthday.
I just love how with Quad was creeping on earlier and then he crept back off. I was like, come on, Quad.
Quad eat and he gets your hot dog hopped up in the chair, rolled out.
Hey, Lily.
Yeah, look at Lily Boo.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Hiding. Hey, Artika, with her one little hand.
Hey, Artika.
Hey, Lily hiding and waving.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all, family. It's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. Always a pleasure to review Married at First Sight. And maybe we get something going on with Ready to Love, Talisa. We'll talk.
Yeah. Artika said she's gonna watch it. So
yeah, I watched. I did make a move. Thought that was interesting.
I'll be back for regular Ready to Love.
And Jack said she'd be back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna actually try and do it the whole time because I always start. And then halfway through, I'm all like, "Yeah, I'm over it." It's I got about 3 or 4
right.
Yeah. I've been committed to make the move, so make the move. And so I was committed to that. So you know, some I ain't saying, Talisa, you motivated me because I would see your review up. I thought, you know what, I have to go do one.
You
And
did.
it don't work like that for me, man. I just I'd be like, if Artiga want to do it, man, then she got to convince me to do that with her, man.
I get people keep asking me like, "Are you and Jack still together? Oh, y'all still doing videos?" I'm like, "Yeah, we do Married at First Sight.
What?
Do Married at First Sight." They're like, they see me do videos by myself. They're like, "Hold on, see, yeah, we do Married at First Sight. It's right here." But anyway,
Thank y'all.
thank y'all for rocking with us. Y'all
We appreciate
enjoy.
it, y'all.
All those January babies, have a happy birthday. Everybody else, have a great week. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.